All right, let's go ahead and get the body then. So, oops, there we are. Zoom in and take a look at what we're dealing with. If we get this branch in here, might be easier. Touch that up real quick. So just take a look at only the RGB for just a minute. We'll turn off the fur, horns, and nose. We don't need the blue copy anymore. Get rid of that. Fur, horns, and nose, turn that off. It's pretty blurred out in the background, so I'm thinking we're going to be using a lot of smudging. Maybe get the leaves over there. Let's bring in the leaves. We'll delineate it off of this leaves, grass. We'll bring in the grass. We'll delineate it off of this piece here. So I'm thinking actually lasso tool. Let's try that. Let's start with a flat out lasso tool too, because we're going to be smudging it. And Alt to make it a subtraction selection. Whoops, went too far. Zoom in so I can see what I'm doing. And L, just cut that. LN now. Alt, L was for the lasso tool. Alt to subtract out. Okay. Alt to subtract out. Alt to subtract out. Good, good. Need to bring in, I'm going to bring it on this leaf is going to be where it all kind of ends. So bring that in. Okay. Shift to add on. And I'm going to clean that off a little bit with Alt to subtract out, Shift to add on. All right. So we've got the base there. Go ahead and do that. So what we'll do is duplicate the mask that we have over here, for horns and nose. I'm just going to bring this all the way up here. Come on, all the way up here. Wow, it doesn't want me going up. Just below the channels. We'll call this the cow mask. And this will be our completed one. So on this mask, good thing I switched over, we can see that we've grabbed a lot of gook that we don't really want. So you Control-Shift-I to invert my selection, B to get my brush, and I'm just going to paint away. And I don't have to worry about destroying my only copy because I've got that bad boy right there. Just going to paint this away. Whoa, this isn't black. Ah, D on the keyboard, X. Now that's black. Wow, that's bad. I almost left a gray on there. So be careful. A lot of times when switching into the masks, it will just kind of shift the colors around. I swear there are some just basic problems on some versions of Photoshop, some installations where it doesn't quite shift them to a pure black and white. It will bounce it to grays, and it's just annoying as anything. So deselect that since we got that part put away. Okay, come in with let's try the magnetic lasso. No, I'm just going to do the lasso tool and smudge. So come in and do this. And so I've got this part selected, but I'm going to invert. Boom. So now if I come all the way over, you can see the marching ants. So that's the only part I don't have selected. Show you a cool trick I'm going to do here. I'm going to select, now subtract out the selection all the way around here. And then I'm going to use the, what do they call it? It is the intersect selection to get just the chunk. Let me show you how that works. So I'm going to be working with the lasso tool. Hold down the Alt key. And I'm going to subtract away, subtract away, subtract, just keep subtracting. And I cut a little too far into that leaf. And I don't really have to worry about the chin. We've already got that sorted away. So I'm going to Shift to add that leaf back in. And subtract away. Okay. I personally still think this is easier than the lion. Maybe next time I will use the buffalo to do the demonstration of all the masking tools. Okay. All right. So now let me show you what that intersect does. I'm going to click that. So remember, these are gaps. Boom. Now it just has that selected to that little area. Pretty neat, right? So now I could come back with my standard lasso tool using Shift to add to the selection. Okay, how do I want to pull this off? So I've got this green leaf. I'm just going to cut down into it here. I'm remembering that my background has leaves and stuff, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. I actually do want some leaves in here. All right, so I've got some leaves. And here's this. Alt to, I keep missing. Try that again. I'm doing it with the mouse right now just so you can see where I am. This is my Cintiq, doesn't show up on the screen recorder. Should fiddle around with that, see if I can get that going. All right. Okay, let's see where we need to go. Let's pop open to the cow mask. Get the white brush. We'll just fill that in. Okay, I'm actually going to undo that. I don't want to hit the chin. I think we've probably got a better mask on that. All right. The classic, oh, I painted more than I really should have. Move. Control-Shift-I to invert the selection. Get black on here. I'm actually going to hit D on the keyboard to make sure I get actual black. Paint, whoops, let's paint that in. Good, okay, and Control-D. That area, all right. All looking good, looking good. Let's turn this on. All right, how do we want to connect to this last little piece? You know what, actually don't deselect. I'm gonna go ahead and paint that in. I think I got a better job over there. So white, whoops, Control-Shift-I. There we are. Okay, there we go. All right. Control-D. All right, where are we? Where do we want to go? Maybe along this leaf, and we can get the rest of it in. I keep saying leaves. This is clearly grass. Been recording for a while, guys. I'm starting to lose my mind. All right, so we'll get that in, subtract that out, and whoops. Go subtract that out. Turn these both on so we can see it. Looks good. Let's go ahead and brush that in. Right along the leaf, I need to get that spot right there where it connects. So keep in mind, I have the RGB on, but I'm still on the cow mask channel. So that allows me to see what I'm doing and paint at the same time. There we go. I accidentally had this selected, so I wasn't able to move it. And by this, I mean the mode was set to intersect, and it really needs to be on new selection. If it's on new selection, you can move the selection around by clicking inside of it and dragging. That's what I needed to do. Okay, let's go ahead and smudge this. Now I want to be careful. Don't want to get any of the stuff that I already have. Notice if I hold down spacebar while I am drawing with the lasso tool, that allows me to move the screen around. Super useful. All right. Go to my smudge tool. Boom. 50% strength should be fine. I've got 0 hardness. That's good. We'll just move this around a little bit. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Not too happy with that part of the mask, so I'm probably going to come in. Actually, let's clean up this area before we go any further. What is going on? Some bad decisions. That's what's going on. There we go. Brush. That's a lot more natural. All right. All right, now go back to the smudge tool. Actually, I like where I am now. In case I mess up the smudge, I'm going to duplicate this cow mask and just have a copy of it. And you could maybe only have the one. Thank you. Cow mask, boom. Cow mask, eyeball. All right. There we go. Just using, again, the smudge tool. And I don't mind the hard line here for the grass. I do mind it there. Later I'll show you guys liquefy. Way more powerful. But for now, this is what we have. So now I've shown you a ridiculous number of techniques for masking. Hopefully, you'll find these useful. And just touch up the last little bits. I don't want a hard edge here. And in fact, I don't really want any of that in. Just use the plant again to kind of delineate. Maybe leave it nice and blurry altogether. Okay. All right, shall we see how this cutout works? Save. Control click. Pop over finally to this background layer. I'm going to duplicate my background layer, even though it's not going to be a permanent destruction. And I'm going to go to the adjustment layer icon. And I'm going to do a solid color. And I'm going to set the solid color to be black. And oops, I actually need that to mask to be on background. And so I'll just drag those things around. Here we go. So let me turn off the eyeball there. Pretty decent. This is a little choppier than I really wanted it to be. This worked out pretty well. This worked out really well. It's okay. This could use some more work. I think we're good to move on. The areas I am satisfied with are the areas where we used the calculations. I think those worked out beautifully. Not super satisfied with the areas where I just kind of had a cutout. So hopefully this will be sufficient, though, when we move it over to our last place. It looks like I left a little blob missing over here. So let me get here. No, that's a fly. Okay, that's life then. Let me kick off the hardness to 100%. Yeah, that is actually the hair there, but that I can at least clean up. I don't like those flies. Gross. All right. There we have a cutout cow. Let's go ahead and actually do a quick demo of the assignment now that we've got all these bad boys done and cut out. I will see you on the next video.